Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome to tonight. So excited to have everybody joining in tonight. Tonight, me and Phyllis are here because we're going to talk about gut health and sleep. So every Thursday night at 6:30, we do a focus call, which just means that we talk about how gut health can help a specific part of your health. And so tonight we're going to zone in on not only gut health, but specifically sleep. So tonight, as we talk about sleep, you've probably heard of REM sleep before. You can put your like a little one in the comments there if you have heard of REM sleep before. But basically, REM sleep is the best sleep. It's the sleep you want to get into so that you can just you dream in that. That's where you remember your dreams. That's where your healing takes place. That's where your body repairs itself. So you want to get into that nice, deep REM sleep. Now put a 2 in the comments if you struggle to get into that deep REM sleep and you're dragging and you're feeling like you never get enough rest, no matter how much sleep you get. It just doesn't seem to work. It doesn't rejuvenate you. Maybe you need naps every day. That was me years ago. I used to have to take 2 naps a day, like one after I got my kids to school and then one when they came home so that I could get through the day and do the mom dinner hour and stuff. So sleep for a lot of us is really difficult. Either it takes you forever to fall asleep, you don't stay asleep, or you don't wake up rested, or all of the above. So that's why we wanted to focus in on sleep tonight. So for me, about 6 years ago, before I really started working on some natural things, I found that I just would toss and turn. It took me about 30 to 60 minutes to fall asleep on a good night every night. And my husband would be over there asleep in seconds. And I would be so mad because he'd be softly kind of snoring away. And that would just make me more mad that he was already asleep. And so then I would be even more awake because I was mad. And I would just go through this cycle until I finally fall asleep. And I had little kids. So then if a little kid came in the middle of the night and woke me up, I knew the next day was going to be toast. I would wake up grumpy. I would be irritable all day. I would be dragging. I would need my 2 naps and I needed sugar to survive all day long because I just could not get enough sleep or quality sleep. I just was not getting into that deep sleep. And I was sleeping enough hours, like 8 hours a night. I just was not getting good enough sleep. So, anyways, it turns out that I was severely deficient in some nutrients that help with sleep. And that's where supplementation can come in and really help to boost those things. And then keep in mind that supplementation magnifies what you're already doing. So there are lots of natural things you can do to achieve good sleep in addition to supplementation. And we're going to talk about all of them tonight, because some you may not notice how or realize how easy they are to kind of tweak right now. Okay, so now I sleep like a hubby. That's how I call it. I sleep like my hubby. I wake up rested. I can skimp on some hours here and then there and still be okay the next day. I don't need my naps. I rarely nap anymore. If I do nap, it's because I choose to, not because I have to go have a nap to be able to survive. And I don't crave sugar to survive anymore because I have actual energy throughout the day. So sleep is super important for us for quality of life. So here's a couple of things. I have 8 different tips for you of things you can just tweak maybe in your life already. Okay, so number 1 is light. Take advantage of your natural circadian rhythm that humans have and utilize the sunlight that we have in our day. The first 2 hours from sunrise and the next from sunrise for 2 hours, those first 2 hours of the day are the most powerful daylight hours. So if you can get up and watch the sunlight, maybe even if you're going on a walk or outside during that sunrise or those first 2 hours of sunrise, that is the best light of the day. Then, but if that's not possible, any daylight is great in the day. Make sure you get outside. A lot of us work from home now, so we may never leave. I left one time today to go get my kid for preschool. My husband took her and he took the kids to school today. So it was so easy to just stay home. He also went to the store 3 times for me. Like I did not leave other than that one time. And I would not have seen sunlight if I hadn't left. So be cognizant of how much light you're actually seeing and being in during the day. And then likewise at night, your body naturally starts to want darker hours. Just like the sun goes to sleep, like we should be dimming our lights as well. So around sunset, start dimming your lights, start turning off the lights you don't need. Your house doesn't need to be super bright. Save on energy too. And then of course, when you sleep at night, it's really important to sleep in dark. I know some of us have lights everywhere, but dark is best. Your brain really wants everything to be off. All right. And one key is to turn your screens off an hour before bed, at least. I know that's hard. It's really hard to unplug. So at least an hour, bare minimum, maybe 15 minutes, but try, to have your sleep, your lights off, your blue lights off before you go to bed, at least an hour. Okay. Number 2, we can go through these a little faster. Movement. Move your body at least 10 minutes after dinner to start getting your body to work the glucose from dinner out. Yes, sleep like a dark cave, Phyllis, I like that. Start moving your body, go on like a 10-minute walk after dinner, or just play outside with your kids or whatever, go on a walk with your spouse, and just move that glucose from your dinner out of your bloodstream with exercise. You don't need insulin if you do that, or I should say extra insulin. It's a natural way to move the glucose out of your bloodstream, is just to exercise. So get some light exercise after dinner. Save your intense exercise for earlier in the day, or at least 2 hours before you go to bed. But as far as like after dinner and stuff, a walk is great. Great way to manage your blood sugars and your hormones and get you ready to go to bed. Number 3, food. Let's talk about food for a second. There's carbs, proteins, fats. Those are our macronutrients. To best manage your blood sugars, it's great to have your carbs like at dinner. Don't eat them for breakfast and lunch, save them for later in the day. And then also don't eat them right before dinner. So if you have to have a snack right before dinner, reach for protein, reach for a quality fat, like an avocado or something. Because what a carb does, if you have carbs right before bed, you probably will have some acid reflux, for one, when you lay down, because your stomach will be full. But 2, carbs especially will create an insulin spike. And then a couple hours later, you're going to wake up because you have a glucose low. So basically what happens is when you have carbs and you release that insulin, your body usually overshoots, which means you have too much insulin. And so then your glucose drops, and then your body's like, warning, 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 it's too low, we need more carbs. And so it actually will wake you up a couple hours after falling asleep and tell you need to go eat. So if you're one of those people where you tend to be a late night snacker, I'll admit to it. Sometimes I wake up a couple hours after bed. I'm like, what the heck? Why am I awake? And it's because I ate too late. And I'm getting that drop, and my body thinks it needs to go eat again to protect itself. So stop eating 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed, and don't eat carbs right before bed. Okay, let's see. Number 4, avoid caffeine and excessive alcohol, as well as just a lot of fluids before bed. Obviously, a lot of fluids make sense. You'll be up peeing all night probably, but caffeine obviously is going to keep you awake. But I don't know if you know about alcohol. Alcohol actually prevents your body from getting into REM sleep. And remember, that's our goal. We want our sleep to be amazing and awesome and get into that REM sleep. So alcohol actually affects the brain in a way that it prevents you from getting into the REM sleep, which is why you wake up with a hangover or maybe not feeling your best the next day. So don't drink your alcohol right before bed either. Okay, number 5, avoid those long naps. Kind of mentioned it before, longer than 30 minutes is considered a long nap. They're going to mess up your sleep rhythm. It's going to be hard to sleep at night. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of good sleep. And then let's see, number 6 is environment. We already kind of talked about it a little bit, and Phyllis called it a dark cave. That's perfect. When you sleep, you want it to be dark. You want it to be cooler than normal. So aim for between 68 to 72 degrees and make whatever's cooler than your normal day for you. Your body likes to cool down while it sleeps, and then make sure it's quiet. So white noise is great. Me and my husband and my kids, we all sleep with a window fan in our rooms because it drowns out all of the noise outside. Dogs barking, cars driving by, all that kind of stuff, so you can sleep like in a coma. All right. 7, reserve your bed for sleeping, or I've heard a friend call it the 2 S's, sleeping and sex. But don't do your work in your bed. Don't read in your bed. Don't make your lists in your bed. Don't your to-do lists and all that kind of stuff, because you will train your brain that that's a place where you don't immediately fall asleep. So if you want good sleep in your bed, make it a place where you just sleep. All right. And then number 8 is supplement. It is really easy in this world to get nutrient deficient, and we need to put back in the nutrients so that our bodies can sleep. So Phyllis is going to talk to us all about the supplements that we love that can help you to get into that deep REM sleep. I will mention first, though, before I turn it over to her, that I just wanted to touch on melatonin, because that's a supplement that a lot of people are like, oh, it's the best for sleep. just use it sparingly. Just know that when you use melatonin, it actually has a negative feedback loop. It's one of those that synthetic melatonin tells your body to stop making its own melatonin. So if you're using it every night, you're actually telling your body every night to stop making less. And over and over and over, you're going to create a problem for yourself where it's going to be harder and harder to go to sleep, and you're going to need to use more and more synthetic melatonin. So instead, use different supplements that we're going to talk about, and use these other tips that we talked about to help train your brain and to get your body balanced so that you can just naturally get good sleep. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Phyllis. You still there, Phyllis?
Hi. So I'm Phyllis Anderson, and my husband, Craig Anderson, is here on the call tonight because we wanted to share a little bit about our story. So he's a fireman. He's at work right now, so I'm going to let him go sooner than later to give his story just in case, because he may get a call. And so I appreciate you being here, babe. Thank you. But so my career is nursing. I was a nurse for 22 years. I tossed and turned and used to blame it on my pillow or my mattress at night. So I wasn't getting good sleep. Kara, thank you for all of those 8 pointers, because you've got to have good sleep hygiene. And so she nailed it on all of those. But say you're doing all those things and you're like, I'm still not sleeping well. Well, I will talk about gut health and why that's so important. But I'm going to turn the time over to Craig so he can share his story about sleep. And really, I just would love for you to just share with them what you noticed with the supplements in general. And then I'll wrap it up with my story and the different supplements. So I'll let you take it away, Craig.
Okay. Hello, I'm Craig Anderson, and yes, I'm at work. And I think we started the supplements 5 years ago. And the biggest thing for me was to eliminate sugars. And once I believed in the supplements and took them regularly, then that definitely happened. And again, with the alcohol definitely does not let you get a good sleep at night. It wakes you up in the middle of the night. I'm not a big caffeine drinker late in the afternoon for the same reason, but I do like the dark room, and we need to make ours darker actually. It used to be pitch black and it was awesome. We got new shutters and it's not as dark as it used to be. So anyway, but the biggest thing, I would wake myself up snoring, apparently pause in the middle of the night, snoring and not breathing. So those are all the things that have gone away. I don't even know if I snore anymore half the time, unless I'm really, really tired. I try to do the 20-minute nap thing. That's the goal. I'll set my alarm clock if I'm able to take a nap. I'll set it for about 30 minutes, knowing it takes about 10 to get to sleep, and then I'll get 20 minutes of good sleep. And then when I wake up, I feel really good. If I'm really tired, I'll sleep an hour in the afternoon, but that's pretty rare. And it's what's odd, it's never more than an hour. Let's see, gut health. Yeah, sleep apnea is gone, sleeping way better. Alcohol's extremely way down. Those were the big vice, and just general overall feeling better. The newest one is the ease and the nerve. My newest one is nerve. I don't know if anybody's using that. If I want to talk about that, is that okay? So nerve's been great. Ease didn't feel like it did a whole lot for me, but I know people swear by it too. I know it does work. The second I started taking nerve, I would not notice that I had the pain anymore. After about 15 minutes, I realized my shoulder wasn't hurting, where ease didn't quite do that. So now I've been trying to take the two together, but nerve actually has been great. So that's my big one. And now I can actually, and then the active drink I do in the afternoons sometimes, which is good because it doesn't keep you up at night. And I think that's about it. Anything else, Phyllis?
Yeah, do you want to mention a little bit about the Vital Biome? Because I'll show them.
Oh, Vital Biome. Yeah, Vital Biome's been big. That was a big one. When I first started it, I didn't think it did anything. I deliberately stopped it for about a week to 10 days and took it again for about 4 days to 4 or 5 days on purpose. And then I stopped on purpose again. And the second time I noticed, and that's when I went back, and now I pretty much take it all the time now. What's awesome now, I think we've gotten such a great with the pink drink and everything in the balance that if I don't do the Vital Biome, I don't feel the way I did when I first started taking it. I don't feel that anxiousness that I would, but it's nice. I'll do one a day or one every couple days. If I think it's a big day or something, I'll do two in the morning just cause. But yeah, Vital Biome's great. So my biggest ones are the pink drink in the morning, the Bio Cleanse, Vital Biome in the morning, and now my Nerve probably twice a day with Nerve. Definitely in the mornings and then at night before I go to bed.
Thank you. So yeah, so with pain, I see Kara put that in the comments. When you have any kind of chronic pain, that can keep you awake. And then when your pain is gone, you naturally just sleep because your body can rest. It's not like getting little sensations in the night that like, oh, this is hurting, or oh, I rolled over and that was painful. So addressing pain is definitely key, and ease and nerve together is magical. So the two of them should be taken together. Empty stomach for ease. You actually can take nerve any time of day, whether it's with food or not. But if you can think about that, do it early because nerve is full of B vitamins and that will give you more energy too. So I tend to tell people if you're going to do nerve and ease, just do it first thing in the morning with your Slim. Chug it down and you're good to go. So thank you, Craig. If you have to hop off, I appreciate you being here. Love you.
I think dinner just got here. It's dinner time.
Dinner time. Okay. All right. Bye, hun. So, okay, gut health. You guys, if you've done all the things and you're still struggling with your sleep, it is your gut. Our gut is 90% responsible for our melatonin and our serotonin. So sometimes we're kept up at night by perseverating thoughts, which means thoughts that just keep going and going and going. So again, Vital Biome for anxiety, ProBio 5 Bio Cleanse. This is going to clean up your gut, and it's going to allow your gut to produce two hormones that are responsible for your melatonin and your serotonin. And so that's the magic here. Is this is our triplex. It's three little things. It's our little triangle of magic. The Slim is our blood sugar balancer. It also helps detox our brain, okay, detox our body, pulls heavy metals. Like there's so much that this little pink drink does, and it's called Slim, but it's not just about weight management. It is so much more. So again, like Kara mentioned, you know, insulin spikes and all of that. This just as straight as this stick is, that's what your blood sugars are going to look like. Instead of an up and down roller coaster during the day, we want our blood sugars balanced like this, just straight away. And so when that happens, your sleep will become amazing too, because your body's relaxed. It's been using sugar, glucose for energy all day. So by the time you get to your pillow at night, you just lay your head down. And I used to joke and say, I can't even get through my prayers anymore because I fall asleep. And I'll just, dear God. And I'm like, and good night. I was like, well, at least he knows what was on my heart. But yeah, so so restorative sleep too. So not only when you hit the pillow, it's lights out. When you wake up in the morning, I used to call it corpse pose. I mean, I still call it corpse pose. Sometimes I'll get such a good night's sleep that I don't even know if I moved. And then I wake up in the morning and I've been waking up at like 6 or 6:30 at the latest because my body's ready to go. And before Plexus, it was like, where's the pot of coffee? And you would zombie your way to the kitchen, flip on the switch, you know, and all that, just to get going in the morning. And we don't even have a coffee pot in our house anymore, which is really cool because that's saving us money. Like we don't have to grind beans anymore unless we want to. And some people love it and they say, I just have to have my warm cup of coffee. You actually can warm up your Slim if you want and make a nice tea out of that. Or if you really need that coffee, you're gonna just be amazed. It's like half a cup and you're kind of warming it up because it keeps getting cool. And some people say I'm not even getting through a full cup anymore, or maybe it's 1 cup instead of 2 or 3 or 4, or a pot over throughout the day, because caffeine just causes, you know, again, a rise in energy, but then literally 1 to 2 hours later, it's a crash. So you got to keep going back for more caffeine. Where Slim is using your blood sugar, driving it into the cells for energy, and you're good to go all day as long as you're eating, right? Because you need to put food and fuel into your body. And then again, not eating late at night, because if you're putting food in late at night, your body's like, okay, let's go. You're giving me fuel, let's get busy. And so that's why the late night snacking is not good, and it will interrupt your sleep hands down every single time. Some people, when you're really in tune with your body, also you'll recognize like sugar gives you bad dreams, or ice cream does something weird, or like it's the sugar load right before bed, which is not good. So that's in the form of sugar, carbs, and alcohol. Those three things will interrupt your sleep the same exact way. So anyway, so yeah, avoid those if you can. And the other thing about sugar, if you struggle with sugar cravings, what I love about the ProBio 5, well, the whole system really, the Slim, the BioCleanse, ProBio 5, but ProBio 5 kills the Candida yeast that's sitting on your gut, making a mess. It's like weeds. Let's just call it a garden. And you've got all these weeds of Candida yeast growing, and other pathogens and viruses and parasites and things. You've got ProBio 5 that comes in, busts open the biofilm that's hiding and covering all these things, allowing it to be exposed. And then your body's immune system, let's talk about our gut and the immune system. It's 70 to 80% responsible for your immune system. So if your immune system is struggling and you're getting canker sores, you're getting warts, like those are little things, viruses that your body should be able to battle, no problem. And you wouldn't even notice them. They shouldn't even crop up. But if your body is having those things show up, it means you've got a weakened immune system. So probiotics, prebiotics, that's what you really want to be feeding your gut, because it's going to restore all those things, your serotonin, your melatonin, and your immune system, your immune health. Now, BioCleanse is a gentle cleanse. It sounds like a cleanse. We're not doing a colonoscopy prep here. We're just gently moving out the carnage that ProBio 5 is weeding. Okay. It's weeding and it's seeding. It's giving you 5 different probiotics. The Vital Biome, that's 8 more probiotics. So you want both of these really, especially if you struggle with any kind of mental health, digestive issues, whether you're going too much or not going enough. Vital Biome is key for that. Moving toxins out of your body, again, is going to just help with overall health, but certainly relaxation, which leads to better sleep. Okay. And then Mega X, this little job here is so beautiful. They're little tiny gel caps. Like, look how tiny they are. They're so small. And they actually kind of have like a sweet, to me, it's sweet, like the coating. It's a gel cap. I take 2 at bedtime because it helps your body relax. It actually helps with mood, specifically anger. And I love that because it has the calming effect. It's full of omegas that help our body with inflammation. Again, getting rid of inflammation will get rid of pain. So again, you're relaxing your body, you're getting rid of discomfort. You are setting yourself up for a good night's rest. So I take mine at bedtime. You can take it with food. It is an omega, and it's it's a fat, it's an oil base from the ahi flower. There's no fish oil or anything artificial here, just good stuff, good plant-based stuff. And it's a complete omega 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7. So you're getting all the omegas in 2 tiny gel caps that you can actually swallow. If you have little kids that have behavioral issues, and again, maybe they're having nighttime wetting the bed or things like that, my goodness, guys, squeeze a little bit of that on their peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or if they can swallow a capsule, get this in them, because it's really going to make a huge difference. That and Vital Biome. Everybody needs Vital Biome. But let's see. I think that's all I have for that. But restorative sleep is really important. It's when our body repairs, is when we sleep. So if you're not sleeping well, if it's interrupted all night, if you're snoring, like my husband, he had sleep apnea, and I would look at him and I'm like, he's not breathing. He's not breathing for like a long time. And then we started Plexus. It was almost immediate that he had 0 snoring, 0 sleep apnea. And same with me. I have some other stuff going on that, yeah, I'm not, I saw your comment about the cervical pillow. I might have to get that, Kara, because I do still have some snoring that breaks through. I had some sleep studies done, and it's something up with my palate and the size of my sinus cavity. So I have structural issues that require surgery, but I'm going to choose not to do that and try some other things first. Again, keeping my inflammation down is really going to help with anybody that snores. But, I always encourage you to dig deeper, But if you're looking to get to the root cause of sleep, mood, your gut health is it. Like you got to start there. You can put all these band-aids on. I love, Kara, that you said that about melatonin. She's 100% right. When you're taking synthetic melatonin, your brain says, oh, I don't need to secrete any. So it doesn't. And then you forget your melatonin, and guess what? You have the worst night's rest ever because your body's not even secreting it anymore. So it's kind of the worst crutch to go to. So it's better to get to the root cause, fix your gut, let your body produce that natural hormone that we're meant to do, and enjoy a good night's rest. Best sleep ever. I'll give it back to you, Kara.
Awesome. Thank you. That's actually one of the things I love about Plexus is that when you get started, it comes with a coach. And because think of how many people just stand in front of that aisle in Walmart and see all the melatonin, and they're giving it to their kids at 3. And then we're creating monsters by the time they become adults that cannot sleep on their own. And so that's what I love about Plexus is that when you get started, you're going to get a coach like me or Phyllis or whoever's getting you started to help you understand what products you need. So thank you so much for coming to this call. If you are interested in getting started, and it sounds like something that you would love to try to help fix your sleep or your mood or your gut health overall, talk to your friend that invited you to this call, and they can talk to you about the products that are specifically great for you. I did want to put in one plug with the cleanse that Phyllis was saying before we end, that the cleanse has magnesium in it, and magnesium is beautiful for sleep. And it also helps insulin work its best. So that's why the products are combined as they are synergistically to work together. That's why that triangle of products that she talked about, the Slim, the BioCleanse, the ProBio 5 are so amazing, not only for sleep, but just overall balance. So I would encourage you to talk to your friends, start with that, and then they can talk to you about some additional products, whether it's the Mega X or the Ease or the Nerve that you might need for your specific situation. But there's something out there for everybody. So thanks again for coming, guys. Hope you enjoy your night. And then this recording will be available shortly if you had anybody that couldn't hop on live and would like to watch. So see you later.